I want to welcome you back to Black Side tonight. We're going to talk about Kamala Harris comparing abortion to slavery at the NAACP convention. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Vice President Harris was the keynote speaker at the NAACP convention, and she decided to make one of the biggest mistakes in her career, comparing abortion to slavery. Evidently, she doesn't know her history, even though she's a Howard University graduate. Slavery went on for 400 years. We were humiliated, degraded, and treated less than human beings. It had nothing to do with sexual participation. Slavery was something that was truly inhuman. Then we dealt with 100 years of Jim Crow. And compare abortion, something that you have to do with two people legally having sex, having misguided sex, then having to kill a baby. But we had no rights at all during slavery. Our bodies were owned. Our children were owned. Our legacy was owned. But this woman sits up there like every other group compares their plight to slavery in the civil rights movement. You got the LGBTQ community saying we're equal or we're compared to the civil rights movement and slavery. They use slavery and civil rights as if it was a stepping stone to get their rights. But I noticed this. Why didn't she ever compare abortion to the Holocaust? See, she would never say anything like that because of her small hat husband. But she goes and disrespect the millions of people who died during slavery, the generations who toiled on this soil for slavery. And we still haven't received reparations, but she's willing to talk about abortion and the right of it. Let me tell you something. You have the right to have sex and not to have sex. You got the right to take almost 40 different types of birth control so you won't get pregnant. But we had no rights when it came to slavery. None at all. And this made me extremely sick when I heard it. This is why this woman is the most disliked vice president in the history of this country. This is why her approval ratings is in the 20s. And I don't care if she's a black, she's a woman. The woman is incompetent. This is why she never made it to the first stages of the Democrat Party. And you see it every day. And to have someone disparage the plight of slavery and compare it to something like abortion is utterly ridiculous. But we overlook these things. Nobody in that audience stood up and told her, hell no, you ain't comparing no damn abortion to slavery. This is how they consistently disrespect our plight. They use our plight, but they don't want to give us reparations for our plight. They don't want to pay that bill. They don't want to cut that check. But they damn sure will use it when they have their interests at heart. When they have their LGBTQI interests at heart, when they have their Asian interests at heart, when they have their Native American interests at heart. Oh yeah, they'll talk about our history and how it compares to other groups. But they don't want to talk about giving us the financial resources that we need from that history. We didn't even start at the finish line. We started when they got to the finish line and won the race, and we still didn't start. But to have this woman, this Indian woman, because she's not ADOS, she's not FBA, she has no roots, she has no blood in this soil. So she could say something as ridiculous as that, and nobody in the black community tells her that she's wrong. Kamala Harris is a joke. And she don't know what should be respected and what should not be disrespected in the black community. She thinks she has carte blanche to say whatever she wants. But when she goes across the street with those small hats, she knows what to say because her husband will keep her in check. I noticed when she made that comparison, it wasn't too many applause in the audience. Because I think most of the NAACP is made up of jackleg preachers. Maybe at least some of them still read the Bible and have some moral values. But to them, slavery is to be played with. The civil rights movement is to be played with when they want their agenda passed. So you will see these coons out here, what I call liberal progressive coons, who will use our plight to get other groups rights passed, bills passed. Let them white women fight for their pro-abortion rights. That has nothing to do with us. But when you start bringing in slavery, you bringing in something different. You bringing in a plight of people who haven't been compensated for 400 years of free labor, 400 years of stolen land, 400 years of lives being lost. And you comparing it to abortion, which killed over 20 million black babies. I'm tired of this woman. She needs to go. Because this is the hypocrisy that you see from this administration, who has done nothing for black people. But the statement that she made should be rebuked by the black community. You don't let nobody play with your plight. What has been done to you is not nothing. To them, it's some words in a history book. To us, it means everything. I want to thank you for listening to Black Sight. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.